everyone, I'm Kristina Renee.
And I'm Dominique Janae.
And we would like to take this time to honor our matriarch, Mrs. Cutie Mae Sewell Jordan,
who has been making history from the day she was born. On November 4th, 1935, in Cape Charles, Virginia, Josephine Winder gave birth to her and her husband Walter Sewell's fifth child, Cutie.
I asked my mother, "Why did you do that?" And she said to me, she said, "Cutie Mae, you don't like your name?" And she said, "Well, let me tell you something. You, one day, will be known by that name."
This turned out to be a prophetic message Cutie would no doubt live up to. By the age of 5, she taught herself how to play her father's upright piano, learning by banging on the keys until the sounds made sense. Then, by the age of 12, her parents were asked if she could come and play piano for the St. Stephen's AME Church Choir. With her parents' permission and support, Cutie would not only play for the choir, she would become the choir director, honing in on what she calls her GFG.
I have a degree. It's a GFG. It's a gift from God. And I got many standing ovations.
At the age of 16, she attended a one-week conference at the Hampton Institute called the Music Guild of Cape Charles. This would be the only formal training she would receive in music. It was also during this time Cutie was asked to sing what would become her signature song, Too Close.
I'm too close.
While Cutie excelled musically, she also soared academically. She attended the Cape Charles Colored School, also known as the Cape Charles Rosenwald School. She and all the other colored children walked miles from home over what locals called the Hump, a railroad bridge in the community. This was due to the fact that Black students weren't allowed to attend the other local schools. Here, Cutie rose to the top of her class, graduating valedictorian. She then attended Northampton County High School, where she was a member of the Student Council Drama Club and choir. She was also an avid lover of sports, becoming a cheerleader, as well as joining the basketball and softball teams. After graduation, she joined the Spartan community at Little State University, now known as Norfolk State University.
Behold the green and gold.
Then on Christmas Day, 1955, she married the love of her life, Calvin Eugene Jordan. 2 days later, the couple packed up and moved to Norwalk, Connecticut. They attended Bethel AME Church on the first Sunday in January 1956 and joined that day. After joining, the couple was approached about joining the choir. While they agreed, Cutie did her best to keep her GFG under wraps. However, her husband's aunt, who was already a member of Bethel and a trailblazer, informed her that she would be her secret talent at the next Trailblazers talent show.
And she said, "Don't tell anybody that you're my talent. When the program starts, I'm gonna ask to be last." And she was last, and she said, "You saved the best for the last." So she introduced me as her nephew's wife, and she said to Mrs. Power, which was the director of the choir I was singing on, she said, Mrs. Power, she plays for herself. And everybody's eyes was open. They knew I was on the choir, but they didn't know I did all of that. And when I sang, it was a standing ovation. My pastor, Reverend Bagby's eyes was open.
From that day on, Cutie would be in high demand, being asked to play for and direct choirs from several churches in and around the area. This includes Grace Baptist Church, Calvary Baptist Church, Mount Zion Baptist Church, Shiloh Baptist Church, and First Congregational Church.
We've come this far by faith.
On April 7, 1968, Cutie was asked to sing for 3,000 mourners. 3 days after the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., she stood with marchers on the green in Norwalk and sang the battle hymn of the Republic, "We Shall Overcome," in one of MLK's favorite hymns, Precious Lord. During her time in Norwalk, Cutie used her talents, not only in music, but in her community. She founded the Rudner Court Bible School, known for their annual Easter plays, The Old Rugged Cross. She was also on the board of directors for NEON, Norwalk Economic Opportunity Now, as chairman of Affirmative Action. For all of her work, she has received an abundance of awards and honors, which include an official citation from the State of Connecticut Office of Attorney General Richard Blumenthal, currently Senator, a proclamation from the City of Norwalk by former and current mayors Richard A. Moshe and Harry Rilling, the Matriarch and Humanitarian Award presented by Senate Majority Leader Senator Bob Duff and Mayor Rilling. She was even asked to sing the national anthem at the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, where her name and performance will remain in the Pentagon Historic Archive forever. While Cutie ran through the city, lending her time to those who needed her, her greatest and most prized title was Mom.
I think the highest degree in the world is a degree of being a mother and a father.
Cutie and her husband had 6 children together, 4 boys and 2 girls. Calvin Jr., Reginald, better known as Carnell, Kern, Steve, Sean, and Keisha. According to George Albano, longtime sports writer for the Norwalk Hour, the couple also laid the foundation for one of Norwalk's all-time great sports families, not only in sports, but in music, media, culinary arts, caregiving, leadership, and ministry in both church and community. Her 4 oldest grandchildren have reflected on her influence in their lives, crediting her with providing them with love, discipline, and lifelong memories.
My earliest and funny memory of my grandmother, Cutie Mae Jordan, is her love for the soap operas. My grandmother loved a show called The Young and the Restless. I'm not sure, it might still come on. But when I would get home from school, I was on my grandmother's bus line. My grandmother was very serious and stern, and she would tell me, shh, and she would make me be quiet for an entire hour until the show went off. And I remember she'd be yelling at the TV. She'd be fussing about a man named Mr. Abbott, Victor Newman, and his wife, Nikki. And then once the show went off, then she would give me love. She'd be all smiley. And then we'd go downstairs to sit near her piano, which was her first love, because she stayed on the piano.
Saturday mornings, all of us, the grandkids, Nikki, me, Pammy, Calvin, Mikey, and little Steve around the piano. Every Saturday morning she would call us down and it was time to sing because we had to go to church on Sunday morning. So we had our little choir and she was teaching us how to sing. That's one of my favorite memories. Also, the vacations. Every year she would take us on a family vacation. She would pack us up. They got a van just for the grandkids, had a whole bunch of snacks, and we just loved it. We would go to the hotel and swim in the pools and go to amusement parks. Like, that was the highlight of the summer for us.
I mean, when I tell people, I'm like, my grandmother sacrificed when she could have been kicking up her heels. She, was raising another set of children. So, Grandma, I truly love you. To me, you are more than just my grandmother. You are definitely my mom, my mother, and I appreciate you for all of your many sacrifices.
Grandma, when God made you, he made an angel. One of the words that best describe you that I came up with is love appreciation. Your love appreciation for life, your love appreciation for your family, your love appreciation for love.
After 78 years of work and commitment to her faith, her family, and community, our grandmother has become a living blueprint of what God can and will do if you let him lead you. With that said, while all of her achievements and accomplishments are outstanding, the only thing her family asks is that you put some respect on her name.
And I went with the CUD Act for the law. And my kids grew up and they say, I know you don't want the people calling you no cootie. And they would tell those people, you wait a minute, my mother's name is Cutie.
It's Cutie. Cutie. Cutie Mae Jordan. Happy 90th birthday, Grandma. Love you.
It's Cutie, everyone.
Cutie Mae, Cutie, Cutie. Let's get it right. Thank you.
Say cutie.
Cutie.